What is up, you guys? I'm gonna let you guys hop on for a second. I purposely came on about a minute early so that we could start right at 7. I am gonna bring some really good stuff to you guys. I didn't want to just come in here and share a bunch of motivation and a bunch of like, you can do it, rah, rah, rah. I really wanted to give you guys like the tangible stuff as to what I really did in my business. So as you guys are hopping on, make sure that you're tagging your teams, your people. I think everybody that had requested to join the group was approved before this got started. It's hot in here. And I promise you guys, I'm going to share like some good stuff. Hi, Jen. Hello, everybody. Okay, so also, if someone could, am I in the right group? That's the other question. I believe that I am. I am. Cool. Okay, so I wanted to come in here, obviously, and talk to you guys about the big hype of Team Cup coming up, but more so like dive in deeper to, thanks, Jen, to even like what was it that changed my business? And I am by no means like a special snowflake of any sorts. I started coaching about 4 years ago, and you guys, I was so shy. Like, this would have put me into cardiac arrest. Like, I used to turn beet red. I was scared to even post on social media. I did not want to have my getting started right call with my upline because I was too nervous. So I voice memoed her on a thing called Hey Tell, which was back when Facebook didn't have voice memos. And I practiced like 6 times, and I was even nervous to do that. You guys, I was so shy. But I want you to know, like, whenever I first started, like, I was shy, and through being, you know, uncertain of myself and feeling very overwhelmed. So if you ever feel overwhelmed in your business, I hear you. I think that was the first thing I said to my upline coach whenever I signed up was, I'm overwhelmed, help me. I don't know what to do with all of these Facebook groups. So that was a really big changing point in my business. But the thing that I also was I was hungry. I was hungry for change. Like, I wanted something more out of my life. I wasn't happy with where I was. I wanted my life to get better. And I don't know if you guys ever heard this quote, but it's kind of my theme of the month. If you want things to get better, you have to get better. If you want things to change, you have to change. And I took that to heart. And I knew that I had to grow and I had to expand. And, you know, we all do hard things in our business, okay? We all had that one, if you haven't done this yet, you will, but that first time that you have to post up your transformation. And before we can get into that, I didn't have a transformation. I gained 5 pounds on my Beachbody journey. So gaining that confidence to share my story and to find that part of my journey was not easy, but I knew that there had to be other women out there just like me. So I shared that and I gained the confidence, but doing those hard things, those little things that stretch you and push you, like joining a Team Cup and like doing all these things that took me to that next level in my business, and, you know, closing your eyes and hitting enter and posting that first post, I've been there. My social media started at less than 100 people on Instagram, and I didn't have Facebook. So don't ever think that when you see a coach that has achieved things, like, never did I think that I would ever hit top 10, that I would ever be 4-time elite. Like, never did I think that that would happen. But it has, and it was because of these things I'm going to share with you guys. But it all came from stretching myself. And just to like come back down to earth for 2 seconds and humble myself, everything that I do still shocks me as to how much it stretches me. Like, do you think hopping on here is easy? You don't think I don't get a little bit of like, whoa, there's a lot of people in this group. Like, you get a little bit nervous, but I say yes to those things. I said yes to the first time I ever guest spoke on a team call. I said yes to the first time I ever guest spoke in like our little Canada page. And Carl Deichler just decided to show up. Like, that wasn't nerve-wracking at all, right? But you know, these things that we do as coaches, like post for that first time on social media and like grow our team and like inviting somebody to join your team. It's not easy, but as you stretch yourself, you're growing every single time. And that's how I went from this girl that was like super shy, super unsure of herself, to this person that is now, you know, optimistic about the future, excited, passionate, a huge believer in this business. And that's what I want to share with you guys, exactly how I went from like that to that. Cool? So, okay. Now, I painted the picture. I started 4 years ago, and I never hit Success Club in my first 3 months. I didn't even get a Success Club point, okay? So just, in case that was a question. I was not one of those coaches that like started and hit Emerald. I was super lost, super shy, super unsure of myself, like I shared. And my first paycheck was more than 30 days in, and in a week, I made $29.96. I wrote it down so I would remember. And that was from a program. I sold T25 to someone. And I was so excited though. I was thrilled. Like that, I couldn't believe that I was making a living, not that $30 is a living, but I saw the bigger picture I saw like where I was going, and that I helped someone and I was doing what I loved. Like my favorite thing in the world, even though I had no following on social media, my favorite thing in the world was when someone would comment on my social media and say, Angie, I worked out today because of you. Thank you so much. That motivated me so much. Thank you. And I was now making a living off of doing that, like motivating, inspiring people to make a change. So that was my first paycheck. I was thrilled, but I still I was by no means a rock star. Like I didn't make any money in my first, I think it was 5 weeks. And then that was my first paycheck. So $30 about. And I was pumped, but I knew I had to hit Success Club and enter Team Cup. So 3 months into my business, there was this thing called Team Cup. And if I had to go back and tell you guys like the 2 things that changed my business, simple things that anybody could do. Team Cup, Summit, hands down. And I'll go into Summit later on in this video. But Team Cup, I was approached by my upline and she said, do you want to do this Team Cup thing? And I said, well, I don't know what that is and how much does it cost and what do I have to do? And I kind of suck as a coach, so I don't know. Like, just if you guys are thinking that, just know, like, I was there. So before the monster that became Angie Bellemare now, like, confident and knows what she's doing and feels a certain, like, sense of worth with this business, that was not who I was when I first started. So if you're feeling that, like, this could be, as I like to say, the catalyst. Like, it is the thing that launched my business. So say yes to it. Success leaves clues. It doesn't cost anything. A lot of people always think that because there's so many prizes. They're like, what do I have to do? Like, do I have to pay to be a part of this? You don't. It's actually, I registered my team in like less than 5 minutes the other day. You need to gather your team of 5, including you, and you need to register. teambeachbodycup.com. That's it. So you get registered. And so I did that. But this is what I want to share with you guys, is exactly what I did with my team and how we crushed it. And so that was the first month that I should have checked this before I hopped on here, but that was the first month that I ever hit Success Club 10. Yes, I could have gone for Success Club 5, but I figured if I want to grow this thing fast, I better hit the higher number. So I went for 10. The girl that had never hit Success Club before, okay? So I hit Success Club 10 that month, and I have hit Success Club 10 every single month since then for 4 years. That's a long time. Like, that's a really long time. Whenever I'm thinking about it, like, that's a really long time. But it became the standard in my business because of Team Cup. So I will tell you guys a little story. If you ever go into your back office and you go under recognition, you'll see a bunch of different names and a bunch of different stuff. Especially as a newer coach that's kind of finding your way. I was just, browsing through the back office and I found this section that said Success Club All-Stars. And there was a list of Success Club All-Stars and a list of Success Club All-Star Legends. And Legends were people that had hit it 2 years in a row. So 24 months in a row, All-Stars was 12 months in a row. And I just remember seeing that Legends list, and the Success Club 10 Legends was a very short list. And it was all people that I knew. Like, I knew their names from the wake-up call, and I thought, well, there it is. Simple. Hit Success Club 10 for 2 years. I have my trajectory. That's what I want to do. So that's what made me have like the bigger vision. That's why I say, like, I was excited at the idea of $30. Most people wouldn't be, and I'll get to that in a second. Most people wouldn't be, but I was pumped because I had a path. Like, I had a destination. And that was the beginning for me, was Success Club 10. And I went for it. I love how they told me to do this in under 10 minutes. We're already at 10 minutes. You guys are cool if I keep going? It'll be good, I promise. Jake said do 10 minutes. It's not really possible for me. Is this helpful? I'm loving the hearts. Thank you guys. Okay, so what I did was, one, I put my big girl pants on and I got on social media and I conquered that. Hi, Jake. Thank you. So I conquered the fear of social media. And I get it. Like, sharing your life and putting yourself out there is not easy. But I wanted to bring some light to this whole thing. When I started sharing like the authentic me and started sharing my actual journey on social media, that's when stuff started to change. Not just like the random, like we all do this, right? Like the finished my workout, drank my shake, had my Energize, like it adds no value. But whenever I started sharing like the hard stuff, like the idea that I gained 10 pounds and I had actually put on 10 pounds of muscle, like the stuff that I really didn't know if I wanted to share because it was super like deep in my soul, or the fact that I secretly love Disney, just all the things that made me me. Like some things were harder to share than others, and the weight gain thing was definitely a harder thing to share. So for me, the number went up on the scale, but I looked better, I felt better, and I was healthier. Was that what every other coach was doing? No. Every other coach had these amazing transformations that they had lost 20 plus pounds, and I was over here like, okay, well, I don't know what to do. Hi, Mindy. If you guys don't follow Mindy, she's like one of my favorite humans ever. So whenever I started posting on social media and I started sharing the hard stuff, I will tell you, you're probably thinking like, okay, cool, but I don't know what to talk about. I will tell you, and I will give you guys like my biggest tip ever. So the first thing I did was I started reading personal development. And a lot of us will say like, well, I do all the vital behaviors, but do you really? Like, how much personal development do you really do? And if I may, I will suggest a book that probably hasn't been suggested to many of you guys because I don't ever hear anybody talk about it. Do you guys know Rhonda Byrne that wrote The Secret? So she has another book called, The Secret is awesome, but she has another book called The Magic. And the concept of the magic is about gratitude. And I think, do you guys mind if I do a little bit of real talk? Real talk's like my thing, but I usually do it with just my coaches, but hopefully you guys are cool with it. If I may, I do not think that enough coaches play the gratitude card enough. We do not work our gratitude muscles to the level that we should at all. We become entitled little babies as coaches. We really do. When we should be entrepreneurs. And really, I think the thing that will take your business to the next level is when you are ridiculously grateful for the amazing life that we get to live as coaches. One, for the job that we do. Two, for the opportunity. Like, check yourself. And that will translate into your social media posts. And this is what I mean by it. So in the Magic book, you don't have to get the book. I'll tell you the idea of it, but it's cool because it's actually like a challenge. So you could use it for your challenge group posts and your social media posts. But every single day, it's like a journal. And she talks about what to be grateful for and what to focus on. And when you can create a post out of that, and I'll tell you what I started doing. A lot of top coaches are amazing at this. So you take your phone and you do like a quick, like I could literally do it where I be mindful of like your background. See, I set that up just for you guys. Like be mindful of what you're doing, but like a quick like, and then what I am grateful for today. And I shared where I was before and I shared where I am now. That's it. Like and you know what's cool when you start to do that? You start to change your mindset too, and you'll start attracting positive people that will want to join you. And you will have an amazing team of, does it ever happen that you might sign up a challenger or a coach that you're like, they just don't get me and they're not moving and they're not doing anything and they're not pressing play on the workouts? You're not attracting the right crowd. And I feel whenever I put out gratitude, I attract grateful people that are like ready to run and ready to go because they check themselves every single day on their gratitude. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. And that helped me hit Success Club 10 that month because I was putting out all of the small changes. Like a lot of us are so programmed because we can order food or you can order a computer with like one click on your phone and you expect it to be there within 24 hours. Like Andre and I, my husband, we ordered like all toiletries and stuff the other day and for a 1-day Amazon delivery and still not here. And I am like annoyed. That is the generation that we live in. And we also expect that in our business, which is not the right mindset. You have to be in it for like the long run. And so whenever I started sharing the small, little things that were small celebrations that I could look at in my business and be like, yes, killed it today. Like I got 10 likes on that picture and started celebrating the small successes. That's what I posted about. So stop thinking I need to be Million Club today. Like that's something that you can have as a long-term vision, but start getting really good at recognizing the small things that you can be grateful for and post about it like a mofo. Cool? Okay, so that's social media. in terms of Team Cup and what I actually did, because that's how I hit Success Club 10 that month, and that's what I want to share with you guys. But in terms of my actual team, and I was not running my team, but I'll tell you guys how to run a really good Team Cup. Because usually whenever I have my team for the Team Cup, I will talk to them about their goals, and usually they will all crush their goals and will come somewhere near like 11, 12. We've never really broken that top 10 yet. Hopefully we do, but that's usually where we land. So this year, what I did, and I do this every single time that there's a Team Cup, I put my 4 members, including me, into a Facebook chat group, and we talk about our goals, like our non-negotiable, no matter what, Success Club goals and rank advancement goals. And whenever you can do that, and you have your people make a public promise to the other 4 members, and you know what's really cool? You can make them make a public promise to the whole team. Like if you have a team group, public promise your life away, because you are that much more accountable. One thing that I did, I read a book as a new coach. It's called Push by Chalene Johnson. Pretty sure everybody in here has read that. Great book, by the way, like great, like new coach book. So she in like chapter 1 was like, do a public promise. And I still have that message. I emailed my father. I emailed all the people that like I really, really respect, but also frighten me a little bit. So I emailed my dad, and I emailed my father-in-law. And I told them what I wanted to achieve. And that made it so much more non-negotiable for me, because as coaches, because we own our own business, we often don't take our goals as seriously as we would like an assignment from a professor. Those of you guys that went to university and are in school, you know what I mean. Like we will stay up all night to meet a deadline for a professor, but we won't meet our own deadlines. Like we'll be like, Success Club 4, it's all good. Dude, same thing with our bosses, like our 9-to-5 jobs. If they have a deadline for us that we have to meet by Monday morning, we figure it out, we get it done, but we aren't willing to do that in our own business because we don't take our own goals seriously enough, which we should. So that's something that quickly triggered in my mind. Like when I said that I was going to hit Success Club 10 and I said I was going to go Emerald in that chat group, it happened. That to me, it was a non-negotiable. Like if I had to sign up my grandmother, I was going to do it. Like that's to the level that it was going to happen. And I love that you talked about the Success Club trip. That to me, that was such a motivator, was to be on that. Like I wanted to be a Success Club All-Star. I wanted to be one of those people that were consistent enough in their business to hit those goals and to be on those trips. Like that meant the world to me. So love that. Okay, public promise, start a chat group, get your people in there now. Like don't wait until it actually starts. The momentum starts now. So I already have my 4 girls in our chat group, and we've already all said what rank we want to be, what Success Club points we want for, hi Taryn, which Success Club points we want for February, no matter what. Like that was what we went through already. And what you can do is have like a weekly Zoom call with them and weekly accountability. Now, if one of those people go MIA, it is up to you to call them out on their stuff, because it could be the thing that changes their business. Like it really, really was for me. As hard as it was, I showed up, and I refused to be that coach, the one of 5 that was going to hold us back. So I hit it. It was not easy, but I hit it. And it was the first month, like I said, of many to come that I had hit Success Club 10. And I hit Success Club 10 every single month for 4 years, Success Club 10 and then some for 4 years following. So imagine what that could do for your business. So big picture. And then I'm particularly excited, like I may have squealed a little bit when this was announced, the fact that the Team Cup has to do with Summit, I die. So the 2 things, like I said, that changed my business were Team Cup and kind of getting me outside my comfort zone and holding me accountable. And next, Summit. So I signed up mid-summer of 2013. Summit was in June, just like it is this year. I went to Summit. I was a 2-week-old coach. So if you're sitting here thinking, well, I'm not good enough in my business yet to go to Summit, I went. And yes, I went because there was workouts. And yes, I went because there was photo ops. And yes, I went because there's a cool spot that you can buy like cool beach body gear and get all that stuff. And there was training, but that meant like everything to me. And that was the reason why I went. What I got out of it and what changed my world, and this could change your world with Team Cup and being at Summit, was seeing the people that were recognized on stage, seeing the people that I'd heard on the wake-up call, seeing the people recognized on stage as like Million Club people and all of these massive accomplishments that literally blew my mind, meeting them at the Success Club party the next night. Like seeing, not having like a mind-blowing conversation with them, seeing that they were a freaking human. Like even now, like you guys seeing any top coach in the network, seeing them in person, you're like, she's not that like she's normal. Like I'm a super normal person. I mess up. Like, you know, at any second the doorbell could ring and UPS could be here and my dog could lose his shit. And all of a sudden the person's pretty freaking normal. Like I don't do anything crazy. I stay home pretty much all day with my dog and that's it. But as a new coach, I was putting people up on such high pedestals that I honestly, and I said this, I didn't think that I was ever one of those coaches that could hit diamond. Like I said that out loud. I was like, oh, I'm not one of those coaches that'll hit diamond. Like I'm just not that good. And I thought that of myself until I met people and it became real to me what was possible. And that stayed in my head forever. Like I just couldn't shake that feeling that they're human and I can do what they've done, if not outdo them. Like you can far outdo anything that you've seen done in this business. It's up to you. There's nothing holding you back. And Mindy Wender, who is on this, one of my dearest friends and greatest mentors, she says all the time that this business does not play favorites. And she's so right. Like it does not matter if you are the fittest. It does not matter if you've been in the programs. It does not matter. Like I used to think that. I was like, everyone I know has been in the workout videos, so I can't be successful. And these are just limiting beliefs that honestly, you're just doing it to stay in your comfort zone. Like that's what I was doing. I was coming up with all of these reasons as to why I couldn't do it just so that I could stay in my little bubble and be safe. And you need to be able to grow. You need to say yes more. So all that to say, get your butt to summit. But so this team cup, do you guys know the prizes? So there's the individual prize and all that, but the top teams, and I pulled it up actually. So the top team reward is, and their regional team, so based off of your region, you get like total VIP at Summit, which, hello. And if your team all hits Success Club, you get the workout and photo op. Like what? And I feel like anybody that doesn't do it is so going to regret it when Summit comes, because I'm so excited for Summit this year. So make sure that you guys make that happen. And I always like to end things with something that will hold you guys accountable and also just a little bit of value. So I know that you guys are going to ask, like, how do I rank advanced? How do I hit Success Club? And my biggest, and I always only get asked to talk about this, which is why I'm so happy that Jake asked me to talk about Team Cup. I always get asked, can you talk about social media? So I always get questions about social media. I have 2 calls that I can link down below. They're just YouTube videos that I created. They're super quick. One is like my top social media secrets. So if you guys want more social media secrets, that's on my YouTube, and a diamond game plan. I filmed that and I put it up. So if you guys want that, hopefully that's all helpful to you guys. And the other thing, just in terms of like check-in, what is your goal? And this might blow your mind, but you know, it's not all about February. Like don't kind of kick the bucket now and be like, I'll wait to start my business in February. Because what you do now and the points that you have now will be all of the seeds planted that will equate into your month of February. So what is your goal for Success Club this month? What do you plan to enter February with? So what are you at right now in Success Club, and what do you want to be at in Success Club? I'm just curious. And it'll help you guys so much because you'll have worked so hard and planted all of those seeds to hit Success Club this month that it will translate, and some of those people will come back and be like, okay, I'm ready now. And that's how you change lives. You just start planting seeds. So I love you guys. Hopefully this was helpful. I really hope. Yay! All right, you guys, I will see you later. Thank you for all the hearts. Ciao, dudes.